looking more at something more artistic, like dancing or something like that, which will help with the exercising bit and also like keep me. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and welcome to Clapingo.
Thank you so much.
And Deepak, I have not met you before,
Yes, you are right.
but I think at one stage you were logged in for a session which you either did not attend or maybe you canceled because I have seen your name on my list at some point, even though I may have not spoken to you, but I think maybe you had a class booked which you did not attend,
Uh,
probably.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I missed it because either I was sleeping or due to some I for I forgot to log in, and later on I realized, oh, I had a session today with you. So
No, because firstly, generally, even though we meet thousands and thousands of learners every month at Clapingo, but the point is that with your name, I remember it even more specifically because it showed that you had completed quite a few hundred sessions at Clapingo, and even for this session, there is no session notes downloading because obviously you have taken a lot of sessions, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, right.
that is why I remember. But anyways, so Deepak, anything you would like to tell me about yourself before we begin?
Sure. As you know, my name is Deepak. I'm from Bihar. However, I stay in Delhi. And if I talk about my education, I did my graduation from Bihar, Chhapra, JP University, and I'm a fitness coach. If I talk about my father is farmer. My father is a farmer. My mom is a housewife, and we are three siblings. I'm the youngest of them.
Okay. So when have you moved out of Bihar to Delhi?
When I came to Delhi, you said
Yes. Yes.
I came in 2011, 12, I think 11 or 12. In ending 11, I think November 2011, I think.
Okay. And so have you always been working as a fitness expert, or did you have other roles before this?
Yeah, I was working for call center in the beginning of my 5 to 6 years,
Okay.
and then I moved to fitness industry.
Okay. And so many over 400 sessions already, right? At Clappingo. So how long have you been on the platform?
21 to 20 months, almost 19 or 20 months.
Oh, okay. So that means you have met many, many different tutors, right?
Yes, yes, yeah, right. Mhm.
So, firstly, Deepak, because we don't have a session topic, we can just talk generally. But before we move ahead, my name is Priyanka. I'm from Kolkata in
Okay, nice
West
to meet
Bengal.
you.
And
Mhm.
I have been a spoken English trainer for 26 years now. And
Okay,
I'm
good.
also a recognized mentor from the US. So I have trained thousands and thousands of learners from all over India and even different parts of the world. And I hope we will be able to find something fruitful out of this session for you also, right? That you can be helped with. So, to start talking about something just randomly, would you like to tell me how your journey at Clapingo has been so far? Like how you started off, what were the challenges that you faced, and how have you been able to overcome them? What you can also touch on, what kind of feedback you may have received over the months about your speech and how you've tried to work on these elements.
Okay, great. So, well, in 20 months back, I was not good at English in communication.
Okay.
And when I was speaking, I was fumbling. I can speak any words in mind, but when it comes to speaking in front of someone, I had no confidence. I had no grammar, sentence formation, vocabs. So then I enrolled to Clapingo, and then I kept attending the session. I kept subscribing the subscription, and now I can rate myself out of 10. I can rate 7. 7. Still, I'm struggling with pronunciation. If I talk about my struggle, pronunciation and accent, the accent I have the Hari accent. Okay, I mean MTI issue. In other words, I can say, and yeah, these things I'm still struggling, but obviously I'm working on it.
Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. So you have mentioned two, three different areas. Firstly, let's start talking about what we call the accent or the MTI, as you're talking about, right? So,
Yeah, MTI.
as you are well aware, from India, we call India a subcontinent for a reason, right? So, from north to south, east to west, you will get 20 or more different kinds of accents. As many different cultures are there, as many different languages are there. Everybody has a certain accent, right? In fact, if you would just stop to notice this, we actually have nothing called an Indian accent. There is nothing called an uniform Indian accent. Somebody from North India will speak with a completely different accent to what a South Indian will speak. In fact, within South India also, there are four different kinds of accents. The Malayalam people will not speak with the same accent as the Tamil speakers. It will be different from the Kannada speakers. That will be different from the Telugu speakers, right? So everybody has an accent. Northeast, if you go, Bengali, there is an accent. Bihar, UP, the Hindi speaking belt of northern India. Again, there is an accent. If you look at the rest of the world, Japan also has many small areas. China has different, but you know that this is a Chinese accent, this is a Japanese accent, this is an Australian accent, this is an American accent, right? America also is huge, but you can identify when a person speaks that, okay, he's an American, he's a British fellow, he's an Irish fellow. So all other countries generally have a standardized kind of accent which is used. But in India, we don't have that. So for me, personally, as a trainer, I'm not too worried about the accent, right? What I am more worried about always is the pronunciation issues. Accent आपका रहे थोड़ा बहुत, it is not a problem. Pronunciation problems नहीं होना चाहिए. चाहे आपका कुछ भी किस्म का accent हो, you should not have pronunciation issues, right? So, generally speaking, this is a generalization because I still don't know you well enough, but UP, Bihar, Hindi speaking belt, right? Will have, because when we say pronunciation, also 26 different alphabet sounds. Then we have combinations of sounds. AS, AL, CH, J, Z, different combinations of sounds. So pronunciation भी आपका खराब है बोलने से नहीं चलेगा. Which pronunciation, which sounds? So generally, because of the MTI, the Bihari speakers, the UP speakers will have problems in the S and Sh sounds, usually. So have you got any feedback regarding that?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This major problem I have with.
Also, sometimes the vowel sounds or these kind of sounds at times.
I don't have with that a problem with that. No,
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. So let's now narrow down to the S and the Sh sounds. Have you tried to work on those?
Yeah, I have been working and I have improved a lot.
Okay. Okay. Because from what I can see of you right now, the MTI is not very pronounced. It's not a very strong MTI, right? Because as you know, as an Indian speaker of English, the best that you can aspire for is what we call a neutral accent, so that your accent is neutralized. There is no MTI at all, right? Like, just as an example, today I have told you I'm from Bengal or I'm a Bengali, or, I've given you some details. Maybe you can sometimes find it from the name itself at times, that You can get a reasonable assessment that this person must be or might be from this part of India. लेकिन अगर आपको कुछ नहीं मालूम, if you knew nothing about me, you don't know my name, you don't know anything about me, where I'm from, and you suddenly run into me. Suppose I come to you for fitness tips, just let's say as an example. Supposing I come to you as a client, would you have been able to tell me which part of India I am from?
No.
Right? You cannot place me whether I'm from Delhi, Mumbai, Bengal, right? So that is the best that you can achieve as an Indian, that your accent. On the other hand, you will see that there are some people, the moment they walk in, even before they introduce themselves, you may understand that this person is a Bengali. Yes, you may understand that this person is a South Indian. You may understand this person is a Gujarati, Northeast. Like a lot of things happen. So this is the best that you can achieve as an English speaker, that we have to have a neutral accent, so that whenever you're speaking to somebody, they cannot say which part of India you're from. That is why, even if you worked at call centers, you'll know this is why Indians are very much in demand in call center jobs. Because if you can achieve a neutral accent, then people from anywhere in the world, they will not be able to say which part you're from. Right? You have to get rid of that. Okay, so that was one thing. Secondly, tell me a little bit about your job. What exactly do you do?
I
Fitness
make
tips.
people weight
Supposing
training.
I'm a client. Okay. Let's hear about your job first, generally.
Okay, you are my client.
No, first let's hear about your job, then I can pretend to be your client.
Okay,
I
okay,
have to
okay.
see whether
So first,
your job is interesting enough to be your client.
okay, okay, sir. So actually, I am a fitness expert, and I make people exercise, weight training, yoga, flexibility, mobility, endurance training, cardio, these all things. So it's all about your goal, what your goal are. Like you love lifting weights, you love doing body weight exercise, running, jogging. It's all about you. But if you go as per my ideas, I can get you all, like body weight training, yoga, flexibility, mobility, this all. So this is my work. I am a freelancer. I train people in a group or one-to-one session, online training. So that's what I do.
Okay, so do you have some kind of a portal or a website or a office somewhere? How do you go about?
Yeah, I have a website, not website. I have a Google page. If someone is asking, looking for a fitness trainer on the Google, they type it, the fitness coach in Delhi, Dwarka, and the list will come on the Google, and they can get me. Right. So
Yes, sorry.
so that is how. And second is I'm quite popular in my area. So
Okay.
people refer me, and I have been training in Dwarka for past. After the pandemic, I started personal training, and I'm quite famous in Dwarka, and that is why.
Okay, so essentially you rely a lot on what we call word of mouth
Word
publicity.
of mouth. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, because we have to talk without a real session topic, so I'm going to try and customize this according to your line of work, right? Now, supposing I have come to you as a client, as a fitness expert, I am obviously I need to lose weight and I need to be more fit or whatever. So then, how would you go about the conversation?
Sure. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for coming in my fitness arena. And how are you, Priyanka?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, great. So, why do you want to join fitness?
Why do I want to? Because I think I have been neglecting this part of my life for a few years. It is quite a usual, I think, scenario with most Indian women, especially of our age, because I am going to be 50 in another 10 days this month. So,
Oh,
like, So at 50 years of age, last couple of years, I have realized, because I have two sons, right? So my elder son just graduated from a British university. He's 23, and he's working in real estate in Dubai. The younger one just appeared for his class 10 boards, and he's gone into class 11, just got his ICSE results. So, and I have been working continuously.
Mute. Okay.
All country. So basically, but the last couple of years I've had some minor health issues here and there, because of which I have had to focus more on myself. And now that the kids are grown up, like I said, this is quite a usual scenario that, it is at this age mostly that we realize that we need to. Of course, there are people who have been working on fitness throughout their young age. But I think I have noticed this trend in women our age, that generally at this age we become more aware and start focusing more on ourselves in a way.
Oh, okay, great to hear that you made a right decision. Okay, at the age of 50 to just maintain your health and maintain your body shape. So I'm so happy to hear that. So have you been to gym before?
I have a fully functional gym, right? Like in the apartment, the high rise that we live in, we have a proper, fully functional gym. And a couple of years back, when I first, before that, I would like to tell you about injuries, right? One of the major reasons, even though when I was in college and even after I got married, I've been married for around 28, 29 years now. And when I first got married, that time also, I was not, you know, I wouldn't say overweight or something, but I was not very thin either. Like I was reasonably fine. But after that, after the birth of my first child in 2001, what happened is I had a major accident at home
Oh,
itself. So I just slipped and fell, and my ankle, like literally pair aisa hota hai na, it went like this, like
oh,
it was totally smashed, even though I fell inside the house itself. And then I had to have a really elaborate 5-hour operation. Then I got these steel plates and hooks and screws all on my ankle. Most people believe that I will not probably be able to walk correctly, after the operation. But not only did I walk, if you see me today, I have absolutely no limp, nothing. I can run about, I can move about, whatever it is. There is absolutely touch wood. Even though 3 months I was on bed rest and all different kinds of plastering, it was a 5-hour operation that had to be done, right? But because of that, ultimately what happened is physically I could not strain myself beyond a certain point. Even if I went on the treadmill, so we have a proper, a fitness trainer at the gym who's 24/7 available. So
mhm,
there is this place called Gold Gym at Kolkata, which is very famous. So we have the same trainer here in our building.
mhm,
But he
okay.
first found out, he was very adamant that no, ma'am, you cannot be on the treadmill, you know, at an incline or that like heavy duty. You cannot stress your feet so much. So last, I used to consistently try and walk as much as possible. But the point is, if I walk beyond a certain point, or if I do cycling, which I cannot do, obviously the ankle, abhi bhi plates hai. The plates have not been removed. So it swells up,
Okay,
and then it's
okay,
difficult.
okay. It's great that you let me know. And apart from that injury, any other problem like asthma or any kinds of disease, medical history? No.
Medical history, I am borderline pre-diabetic, even though it's not full blown. And I had a heart issue in the sense that for some reason I had an inexplicable fast heartbeat. So there was a whole battery of tests done, all kinds of color doctor tests, jitna bhi heart ka hota hai, kinds of tests, ECG, EEG, everything. But ultimately, there was nothing wrong with the heart at any level. And the doctor just said that some people, for whatever reasons, they just have a higher than normal heart rate, you know. So
Okay.
I am just on this one medication which keeps my heart rate in place. But apart from that, you can make me walk 5 kilometers, but I will not get tired. The only problem is that my feet will swell and my feet will hurt because it's still on the ankle, right? So I have these two plates on the ankle and there are screws inside.
Understood. Yeah, yeah. And one more last question. What about your lifestyle? Smoking, drinking, working hour?
Absolutely nothing. Working
Nothing?
hours, I work, I used to always, earlier we were in an offline mode before Corona. So obviously that was a more active kind of a mode. But since I got this heartbeat thing and all, and my son was very adamant that, Mom, you need to stop working. You worked for so many years, so stop. So for a year or so, I actually stopped. But then, this you have these online opportunities now where you don't need to go out, literally get the car out and drive to work or something. So this is better. But yes, I'm a bad insomniac, if that is what you want to know. It does not matter whether I'm happy or stressed. It has got nothing to do with stress levels. It has always been like this. I have been like this since I was a teenager. I'm very more of a what you would call it, owl person. Kullu. I'm a night person.
Understood. Yeah, night owl.
Yes, but no drinking, no smoking, never.
Okay, okay, great, great. So Wesley, we can begin from tomorrow or today, whenever you like, and let's
So,
start
but
with.
I would like to know what kind of a plan exactly do you have in mind? Like before we begin, there seems to
First,
be like
for
because
1 week.
obviously because of my history, there are some things I cannot do, right? Some exercises. And in fact, I forgot to mention recently there was during a routine checkup, there was a discovery of a small umbilical hernia, which is quite usual for people who have had cesarean. I've also had an open appendix surgery, right? So my stomach has been cut open 3 times. So, but everybody said there was no treatment for this, but then I relied on homeopathic medicines for around the last 3 months. And recently, when I had an USG again, the hernia has almost disappeared. It's a big blessing because I
Okay.
was doing a couple of weights before that also in the gym, under the trainers, this thing. But then because of the hernia, then I have to stop the weights also.
Okay. So before that, I would ask you to consult your doctor, okay, because you have this problem. So if he can recommend to you the specific exercise, which exercise you have to follow, which exercise you should not, right?
No, my doctor has already told me that I can go in for some kind of physiotherapy or, yoga, which does not stress maybe directly the abdomen or my feet. So there are these kind of less impact kind of exercises.
Okay, okay, got it, got it, got it.
Free-hand exercises mainly also.
Sure. So I will get you with the assessment. First of all, I will assess your flexibility, endurance, strength. Okay, how far you can go, and what is your, and these all, and I mean power, strength, endurance for 1 week, and then we will gradually improve. I will get you weight training, yoga, flexibility, mobility, cardio. These all exercises, core exercises, right? And let's see for 1 month, and I hope you will get the result. Next 1 to 2 months you will reduce 3 or 4 kg, minimum 3 or 4 kg.
Okay, great. That would actually be great. We can get out of this client and this thing role play now. But now that I've heard you, I have actually been contemplating some kind of online. I have actually been looking more at dance-oriented classes online. So that that way there is a little bit of exercise and also because most of us lead very sedentary lifestyles. Like most of us at some point. Of
It
course,
is.
maybe not people like you, but I was looking more at something more artistic, like dancing or something like that, which will help with the exercising bit and also like keep me moving in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you are, I don't think after 400 sessions, I don't need to remind you that we are on auto disconnect mode, right? So we will get disconnected. As far as your feedback is concerned, 1 or 2 things, you're obviously quite an advanced level speaker, not a basic level speaker. You've been practicing for many, many months now at Clapingo. There is no real major issues. I could not find issues with grammar or sentence construction, these kind of areas that we look at. The confidence level, everything is fine. There might still be a little bit of a sir and a sure problem, which you can find, but it's very negligible, nothing as pronounced as we usually get in, probably because you worked on it, right?
Yeah,
But
I
a
am
little
all.
bit for working on the accent and something, you can have what I'm calling a neutral accent, right? So you can try and do that, right? And apart from that, vocabulary is a never ending process, right? Like, even for me, after having been a trainer for 26 years, I still feel I'm still learning. There is so many words left for me to learn, and so many words, I can use. Maybe you can look into a few idioms, what we call muhavre in Hindi,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
to enhance your language. Everyday kind of idioms which you can use, because when you see some speakers, when they use idioms, they sound much higher level.
Yeah, I understood.
You can also maybe try and look at some vocabulary related to your own field of work, some stock phrases and something which are related to fitness or to your job. Even that helps. Because I don't believe that just studying vocabulary randomly will help, especially after 400 sessions, right? So now you can sort of narrow down to more practical usage words, which you can actually use every day.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
Like right now, just as a very quick example, I can say I'm talking to you. I am talking to you. That is perfectly correct English, right? But I can also say I'm having a conversation with you, right? I'm conversing with you. So the
And
moment
converting.
it's talking with conversing, your language sounds a level higher. So when I say vocabulary, I mean this kind of vocabulary which you can actually use. No point in learning very exotic vocabulary which you probably will not be able to use in your everyday life. Okay, so anything else I can help you with before we log out, please, because I have another class immediately in 2 minutes.
No, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending this class. And I'm so happy with this session. Thank you so much. You are great. You are great.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Okay, you too, man.